Yeah, yeah, and we're gonna see a lot of target towards the bot lane here. Varus and Kaisa are the next two bans, definitely targeting that AD carry role. As I mentioned, that highlighted, that was definitely a featured role that we were discussing before the game started. Yeah. Gino, you laned against TP's mid laner. What were your thoughts on his play, and what can you expect out of him?
Honestly, he was just a lackluster player. I'm sorry to say it, but
Wow, man.
maybe maybe he can, I don't know, learn from his prior games in THSCS, the high level, highest level League of Legends tournament, and
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Highest level League of Legends tournament. We see
gives
the
it a bit more
Yasuo
pressure.
getting picked up here. This is going to be interesting because Yasuo, while is traditionally a mid lane champion, um, their bot laner definitely has played some games on the Yasuo. I expect this Yasuo to be flexible in this draft, as we see a Renekton being hovered on the side of Ray.
Seems like they're looking for the Renekton and Yasuo top counter pick. As you said, Yasuo is a very flexible pick.
You know,
Can
I'm not even. I
be
wouldn't even be
played in actually
surprised.
three different
Yeah,
roles.
I mean, Renekton hard counters the Yasuo, but I don't really know if you can really if you can play this Renekton into a Yasuo in the bot lane if it gets moved there. So if I'm TP, I'm looking at this Yasuo pick and the Renekton right after that and saying, that's it. This Yasuo's going bot lane now.
Yeah. And TP seems to be hovering the
Yep. Looks
Akali.
like my
They
thoughts
pick
are going to be
Akali.
confirmed as Gabe does lock in the Akali, likely going towards that mid lane as he has played these, as he is a fan of these sort of AP assassin type champions. As
I think
Garen, the signature Garen picked up by Yuji. This is his, I
I
think.
think what's interesting is that neither team has picked up an ADC yet. When a lot of emphasis on the ban, two ADCs banned from the red side and one ADC banned from the blue side has already been banned.
Well,
And
Jeffrey, I think if you were paying attention, you'd be able to tell that the Yasuo is going bot lane for the side of TP as they did pick it first actually in the draft.
all right, well, you wait. Are we assuming that?
Well, I mean, look if you look at the
We're
team
not
comp,
assuming it. It's kind
It's,
of common
Well,
sense.
if you look at the team comp, you have Garen on Yuji, the super top laner here, and Akali in the
well,
probably going to the mid lane.
I did not do that.
And we are gonna see the Sion picked up. I mean, Sion and Veigar picked up on the side of Ray. So Ray, this Veigar could go anywhere from the support to the mid lane. Juno, as a frequent Veigar player, what can you say about the Veigar Akali matchup?
So there is the interaction where you can place the E into Akali's donut-shaped shroud,
Hmm.
but it does limit Akali's options quite a bit. But just looking at those two champions, besides that somewhat impactful micro interaction, Akali is just the type of champion that wants to dive people, wants to go in, and Veigar generally has a pretty tough time dealing with those kinds of champions. So I'm not entirely sure about the Veigar pick. Uh, Maybe it's support Veigar, but even still, you're into Yasuo ADC then. Yasuo, he can block your ult, he can block the Baleful Strike from Veigar. It's just really these champions, Yasuo, Akali, Garen, aren't very fun to play against this Veigar.
Yep, looks like the Veigar is going to have some tough time here. It looks like both teams are targeting supports in this draft so far. Morgana, Thresh, Galio could go either mid or support, I guess, um, but that is also getting banned away. Probably towards that support role as they already picked the mid laner here in the Akali. Aphelios is also banned away as we start the second phase of the pick phase.
So it's interesting to note that Rays of Sunshine are facing a pretty heavy dive, uh, offensive, aggro composition.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, hopefully they're able to pick some sort of peel for the Vigor, and they do
Solid
pick the
pick there.
Yumi.
Yeah, the Yumi is definitely going to be able to zone and basically kite, do a good job at kiting these diving AD carries out when they with the hard engage. Speaking of
Just a
hard
solid.
engage, Lee Sin is being
Mm,
hovered.
Oh,
Um, Definitely one of those champions that definitely wants to go in, be aggressive in the early game, and that is going to get locked in
oh,
for TP.
they're really going all in on
And
this.
I expect to see a Blitzcrank pick here for Tom. one of his most played champions, and it has not been banned yet.
Oh,
So
and the Malphite is being hovered. His ulti combined with the Yasuo ulti, that's going to be a big combo in the late game.
could go for that one book
Those are,
combo. Yeah, definitely true.
those are some really scary
And
picks.
there it
And
is.
it is
It looks like it's going to be Malphite support as that gets locked in for the side of TP. They have an all melee team comp right now. Basically no range. If Ito picks, I guess that's a good reason that the Varus is picked. But if Ito picks this some very high range champion in the bot lane, something like a Caitlyn, it could be. Oh wait, hold on a second.
well,
Hecarim getting locked in here.
Seems like a Hecarim jungle.
Looks like it's gonna be a Veigar Yuumi bot lane for the side of Rays of Sunshine. Renekton's gonna go in that mid lane Scion top Hecarim jungle, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, this comp might get a little bit weird. The Renekton is on Ito right now. Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna send? Oh no, they're not. I thought they might
They're
have
still
decided to
swapping their
send.
champions around, but
It is
seems
possible.
to be finalized.
They could just maybe send the Renekton into the bot lane to play against the Yasuo. I don't think that's something that would happen.
Looking like a double bruiser bot lane on both sides.
But no, I think Ito is playing the Veigar this game, so it's going to be a Veigar Yuumi in the bot lane against this Malphite Yasuo Wombo combo that they have.
I think right now what the blue team is looking for is that they can't let the actions before the fight happen for too long, because then the Veigar can just poke them down, the Yuumi can just poke them down, but they want the Malphite to engage right away, and then the Yasuo will follow up, and then that'll make up for the fact that they don't have any range and they're all melee.
Yeah, they're relying heavily on this Malphite and Yasuo to do the work of engaging. Otherwise, this Veigar might just be able to poke him out. Not a lot of poke actually on the side of Rays of Sunshine against this super all melee team comp here, but I mean some range is better than none, as you do have the Veigar here.
Jeffrey, as the rank 1 challenger jungle player, what do you think about this Hecarim jungle pick into Lee Sin?
I think it certainly is odd. I mean, there are a lot of better junglers right now that are available, like that are rated at a higher tier, like Warwick. There's also Warwick. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But I think it'll be interesting because once the Lisa engages, the Hecarim can just ulti fear him or knock him away from the Veigar. Because that's really who they're trying to protect, the Veigar, who's going to be doing the most damage in the fights. And they have a lot of tools to protect him. They have the Hecarim ult, they have the Yuumi to stay on the Veigar, and I think that piece is going to be crucial in the fights.
I was honestly,
and that's really what's going to be the determining factor, how much Veigar can really.
Jeffrey,
yes, please continue.
Jeffrey, you cut out for a second. You didn't finish your statement.
Yeah, you're kind of lagging for me too.
I think it's
Wait,
Jeffrey here.
You didn't say anything. You didn't finish your sentence.
Alright, I think my Wi-Fi is bad because you're kind of lagging for me too. So I'll be back.
Adding on to that, I think something that I was expecting Ray to do is pick this Graves as last pick. We saw Caleb do a really good job on the Graves last time Rays of Sunshine played against SKT, I think. And yeah, I think that the Graves would go really well into the Lee Sin. Would be able to match some of the early pressure while being better in the late game. So I think Hecarim is an interesting choice here, but I was definitely expecting a Graves pickup for Ray.
Yeah, also Graves is an S tier jungler right now too. He's so good right now. The early clear by him is almost comparable to Trundle. Like he can clear that first rotation so well, and he's going to remain in such high health to be ganking early for his laners. I think that could have also been picked for the red side, as they don't have that much ranged AD damage.
As we head into the loading screen right now, I think we're gonna ask Twitch chat to give us a little bit of Q&A on world-class player Jeffrey Song right here. So chat, if you have any questions, be sure to ask them, and Jeffrey will answer them for us. Oh yeah, also we have to predict the soul. What's the soul gonna be? I have my bet on Infernal this game.
Yeah, just to clarify, I would have. Oh, this guy has the KDA Akali skin. You know, guys, fun fact. KDA, the KDA song was actually sung by Soyoung, who's
Okay, I
a
think you need
member
to.
of
I think you need to leave the chat, Jeffrey.
who's
Well,
wait,
you
why?
guys like
You
Nobody,
know?
because
content
nobody
channel for
cares
actual
about what you're saying.
commentary.
We only
All right.
like there's
No,
no place for
KDA
for the
was actually
garbage that
sung
you're
by
coming out of your mouth right now.
Soyoung and Miyeon, two members of G Idol, a K-pop group, and it's honestly phenomenal. You guys should go follow that K-pop group. My name is actually based off of a member of the K-pop
And that's why
group,
Jeffrey, and that's why you're the
so,
this is the first time
G
you're
Idol.
here. So
You guys should look at them. They actually had a song released
Probably the last
about
time,
I
okay,
think
hold on 1 second,
called
ladies and gentlemen.
There's a lot of actually like really different layers in the song, and I think you guys should honestly check it out. It's in my opinion one.
Okay, so Jeffrey's now muted from the server, so nobody can hear him anymore. Thank God, honestly. I was not really ready to hear any
so
of that.
much better. God.
Looking at this level 1, I think a lot of the poggers are still in base. I think they're asking for a pause, and we are gonna get it. Jeffrey, if you behave, I'll unmute you. Okay, Jeffrey's now unmuted from the game.
I think that my contribution was very helpful. Why they stop the game?
Some people are having trouble connecting to the game, so we're gonna be here for a little bit while. We're still gonna have us here. Jeffrey is still available for Q&A if you have any insightful questions that you want to ask.
What do you mean they're not connected? What
Jeffrey.
are you in the red jungle? How could you not be connected?
The blue team, Jeffrey, they're not.
I bet they're just whining to get out of this game. Wait,
It is a
the
viable
blue team-
strategy.
the blue team Veigar already is in lane 2.
Jeffrey, the Veigar is on the red team. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh wait.
Jeffrey, are you colorblind?
Are we watching the same game here?
I'm not paying too much attention.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna cast for the greatest show on television
I'm
on
paying attention now. I'm paying
Twitch.tv,
attention now.
the THSCS, I think
Yeah,
it
I
only makes
apologize.
sense.
I'm paying attention now.
Is there a way to get my video working, by the way?
If you're on mobile, I don't think you can, but you have to be on your desktop on a computer to do it. If you want to leave and come back really quick.
Alright, I'll just switch back.
I think that they've resolved the issue and are looking to unpause right now, so we are gonna get back into the game right here.
Can we play a clip from Oma? Oh,
No, Jeffrey, no.
Play a clip from Oma.
Also, Jeffrey, we don't want our video to get copyrighted, obviously, so I think it'd be best if you didn't do that. So level 1 start here, very standard. Doesn't look like anybody's really gonna look for any deep wards or any engages at level 1. I mean, both these teams are really just gonna try to like go all in and fight each other. So I expect a relatively uneventful beginning of the game, early game. Is Gino still here, or did he leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
So we're gonna see bot side starts for both junglers here. If you're Lee Sin, you're definitely gonna be trying to go for that level 3 off the first 3 camps. Get those early ganks in. If you are the Lee Sin. Looks like I am mistaken though, as the Lee Sin is gonna go for his Krugs. Jeffrey, what do you think about that? If you're Lee Sin, would you go from your red to your Krugs? Jeffrey?
Guess he's not gonna answer. I don't see a problem with it. I believe you get 3 off of red Krugs into Raptors, right?
I think you do. I just think that it takes a lot longer for the Lee Sin to clear, especially with the machete onto the Krugs, and I feel like his level 3 might be a little bit delayed. And his blue side is going to be left completely exposed.
Seems like he wanted to focus the mid side gank, but he's just forced off with
and he's not even going for the Raptors.
Mid priority
he's
and
going for his
that
wolves actually.
Alright, shifting our focus to the Akali. I think what's interesting is the fact that she brought Conqueror instead of Fleet Footwork, because normally Akalis bring that to get more sustainability in lane and be able to escape faster. But it seems that she wants to have a fight with Renekton bringing the Conqueror.
Yeah, I
into
guess
lane.
she doesn't feel the need for the sustain, considering she's not against a ranged champion in the mid lane. So, interesting rune setup here. Once again, we see Yuji on his signature Garen pick. Was so scary that Ram Ranchers actually ended up banning it out from him, because it was just. But Yuji is definitely very solid on this champion and definitely one of his comfort picks. And yeah, Gino, what do you think? What do you think about Yuji's top lane play so far, this in the THSCS?
Seems pretty standard. Garen is one of those low skill floor but high skill cap champions.
Yeah.
Maybe Yuji can really make the most
I
out
think
of his
a clash will
champions
happen near the top river. Both junglers have just been spotted. They are going to compete for this crab, but I think Lee Sin will come out on top. And yes, Hecarim.
Hecarim's a little bit low. Looks like Lee Sin is gonna take this top crab, eventually. You see the Veigar actually getting kited out a little bit here. The Yuumi does not do that much in the early game. The heals cost a lot of mana. They're on a long cooldown, so yeah, it's gonna be.
Did we not see the dragon until it comes up?
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't think you can. As we look like we're gonna get a play into the bot lane, but no, it looks like they're just going. TP is just going to back off there. Heavy trading going on in all the lanes right now. So definitely. I mean, if you're this bot lane, you're just waiting until you guys hit level 6. Like, you can just do so much damage. Basically, one-shot this Veigar, I think, if you get everything lined up right. And it looks like this Hecarim is gonna get pressured off of the second crab as well. He has the Smite Ignite, so no Ghost, but the Ignite instead. Juno, you play with
crab going to Lee Sin, and the bot lane pressure is definitely there. So they could be looking towards a very early dragon here. They do have the tools to complete it.
Going off this Hecarim, Juno, you play with Chad a lot. He is your teammate on CKK. And he is known for hitting a very high rank on his Hecarim. Just what can you expect out of Hecarim as a jungler?
So first of all, I don't agree completely with the pick. Hecarim is one of those champions that has basically one option, and it's to go all the way in, and then just ult their team, get onto their carry.
I agree. There's no tool for Hecarim to escape once he goes in, other than to spend his ulti. But continue.
Especially with the Veigar ADC, there's not too much you can do in terms of heal. It's just playing a diving champion into TP's full diving team competition.
Yeah, we definitely have some. A lot of these champions are just gonna like go straight in. We have the Yasuo, the Malphite, the Garen, and then the Sion, Renekton, Hecarim here. So gonna have some explosive team fights. I'm excited for that. Bot lane is just going pretty even right now. Top lane, all the lanes are going pretty even. Ray has accumulated a decent CS lead on that mid laner. And he has forced him to back, and we'll get some turret plates.
Renekton is one of those extremely strong early game champions. Akali is playing with respect for that champion, though, giving up what CS he has to.
Early gold lead is in favor of Ray, but not by much. I remember on last night's stream, 3 members of Team Ray predicted that they were going to absolutely stomp this game. So it will be very interesting to see if they're able to keep their promises, and I think it definitely is possible. Nothing is out of the. I mean, both sides are playing very evenly right now. So.
Oh, Yasuo starts to engage on the Veigar.
Yep. Veigar is out of mana. Might be forced to back shortly. With the wave in the spot. Lee Sin is looking in the alcove here.
That Veigar box is such a strong tool early game. Once Yasuo gets trapped in it, there's nothing that he can do. There's nothing that Malphite can do. And it's such a strong tool to make the enemy back off in the early game.
Can his ultimate go through the cage, by the way?
The Malphite?
Fairly certainly can.
I think it can, because I think Malphite's unstoppable in his ultimate.
The Yasuo ultimate.
Oh.
No,
is it a dash?
I don't think it's a dash. I think it's a blink. So I think he will be able to I think
So
they are able to
both
counter
ultimates
that a
can
little
just
bit.
completely counter Veigar's cage.
But
He has also been using it quite a bit in this bot lane so far.
yeah, definitely
I
burning a lot of
don't
mana
know if
so
that's
far.
been such a smart idea. He's been exhausting his mana pool extremely
Yasuo has
quickly like
already
that.
backed, and Veigar's looking to back, and he's probably going to get a lot for his first back, 8 minutes in.
Level 6 is about to be unlocked on both the bot lanes, and that's when we're. It's already been accomplished on the side of Ray, but as we see TP
And-
get their ultimates here in the bot lane, we are gonna see the jungler on the Cloud Dragon. So. Oh, but he looks like he might get caught out. Lee Sin Q's gonna miss. He is gonna secure with the smite, and he's gonna ult out with the level 6.
Can he get away?
I don't know if he's gonna be able to get away. Yasuo is gonna flash and E onto him. That is first blood for TP, although they do get the dragon.
Honestly, the game just has to play out to see if that was worth or not. We need to see how well the bot lane does further on.
Getting
But
those
as I
early
was
dragons
saying,
definitely gives you a lot of pressure, but yeah.
But as I was saying, they are starting. The Malphite, Yasuo, and Lee Sin are all starting to hit 6, and once they congregate to bot, even if Malphite misses ult, Lee Sin can still come in, ward hop, ulti both of them, and that's still a way.
Looks like we
for
might see a
Yasuo
play on the
to-
mid lane. Ignite popped, and Ray is just going to get a solo kill right here. Another kill into the
That is a
Renekton.
big mistake.
Stun's gonna land into Yasuo. Ultimate does not has not been available for Tom yet. He's still level 5. He just gets it right now. I would be very interested to see if they will try to make an immediate play right here. Looks like they are gonna back off for now. Yumi does a lot of poke. Stun's gonna hit onto the Malphite. Combined with the ultimate, he's just dead. Oh my
That was an
goodness.
amazing play.
Malphite just gets caught out there in the ultimate. Did not have time to unlock the combo. Did not use the wombo combo with the Malphite Yasuo as soon as they got level 6 and they were dead.
Scary. He's already starting to back. He has 68 stacks, and he will be very scary as the game progresses on. As we see, Lee Sin is more focused on top lane, trying to make something happen in the top mid area. And I think that he should start helping his bot lane because this Veigar can be very scary once he gets enough stacks.
Yeah, both sides
See,
headed
both
towards both
junglers
junglers headed
on
towards
the
top
top side
side.
of
Might
the map.
actually meet each other here. He's gonna get popped, but the Q by Yuji is just gonna get him out of there. Good play. Oh, it looks like a counter gank might come out by the Lee Sin. Gonna miss the Q, but I don't think they realize that the Hecarim's still here. They're just gonna burst his Lee Sin out, and he's dead. Yuji's gonna Q out with the move speed, but I don't know if he's gonna make it out. The E does get a nice flash to prevent the knockback, but that is still 1 kill.
That
for
is
Ray right
already
there.
half out at the mid turret. The Renekton is just unstoppable right now, and no one's trying to protect that turret.
Dive might be possible, but not going to be used right here. I'm surprised we haven't seen any plays by the bot lane right now. This Razor Renekton is just so strong. He basically takes him down to almost no health with just one simple combo. So
Yeah, I think that was more of a show of dominance, even if he didn't get the kill. It shows how much damage this Renekton can do.
it looks like Renekton might get cut out here a little bit, as the Lee Sin did come up to
Kali
gank.
is forced to back again. She just can't play the game right now.
Yeah, Kali's already
So
down
strong
2
in this
levels.
mid lane matchup.
Are going to see some more pressure onto this mid lane turret from Ray. Lee Sin's going to try to get him away. Going to kick him backwards. Akali is nowhere near, though. He has no follow-up.
Yeah, he needs to get out before he gets killed.
He hits
Oh,
another
second Q hits. He might do enough damage, but the ultimate is popped by Ray. He's just going to dash in. I don't think he has a stun right now. But it's going to be...
play
Ward
coming
Hop
out
is going to
of
come
mid
in.
lane here,
Doesn't have...
but-
Stun's going to pop, and
Yeah.
wow, Ray's just going to kill him.
Kills.
He is so strong in this Renekton right now. 2-0-0.
I think the reason for the flash was because he did see that. Oh, and Hecarim goes in on the Akali, but nothing happens. He did see that the Renekton had more than half of his Fury filled up, and that would have been a huge devastation to his health.
It didn't matter anyway, as he does manage to fall. Oh, we're going to see an ultimate onto the bot lane. The ultimates are going to stack. Barrier is popped by Ito. Ignite is ticking on him. I don't know if TP is going to be able to get the kill there. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of a preview of what's about to happen in this game. You have the Yumi on the Veigar combined with the barrier. just doing a lot of peel, and like he was able to root them out with the ultimate to prevent any further damage by TP. Oh, Sion's gonna pop the ultimate for a trade. Oh, but it looks like we might see another play bot lane. Ito is going to get queued.
Veigar is able to get out.
But hold on, it looks here that we might get a solo kill in the top lane. Ultimate popped. It looks like Juji will get away with just a sliver of his health bar. Very lucky there.
Very brave. It did come out to a victory for UGS. Sion did lose his flash in that interchange.
And that's first turret in the mid lane before 14 minutes. Armand is also going to be doing a lot of damage on to this top lane turret, as he's going to force the TP out of UG in the top lane.
And it's very smart for both junglers to focus on the bot side now, as the dragon is spawning, and we can see it is a water dragon.
Oh, I still predicted fire. I still have the potential to be correct here. Wait, what did you guys pick?
I picked Mountain last game, and I was right.
Oh, but you didn't pick this. You guys didn't pick this game?
I think he cut us off, Andrew.
Oh, really? Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
I think that might have been what happened.
I predicted fire, so.
But this second dragon is going to be a very important piece, as the red team is now setting up for it. But it'll be so hard to secure this dragon for the blue team, as their first lane turret is already down.
Gonna see a gank bot. The Lee Sin ult combined with the Yasuo ult is gonna pop the stopwatch, but it's not gonna be enough. Ito is dead. Renekton comes in with the Yuumi though. That's a pretty strong combination.
All the
ultis have been popped. Malphite's gonna ult out to secure his safety, and yeah, it's just one kill for TP, and that's it.
Akali was not part of that fight at all, and that's a mistake by her. She followed up way too late, and that's the reason that they didn't get any more kills than they did on the Veigar.
Yeah, Akali's options again in the mid lane are just so limited by that extremely threatening Renekton matchup.
Yeah, the Renekton is definitely strong. 3,500 gold lead.
Make something happen with the dragon as Malphite and Lee Sin approaches him.
Looks like TP is going to try to start this dragon, as they end up backing away, as all the sides are just too low.
They have too much respect for each other.
We have another call coming in from one of our tournament directors, Jiho Park. Jiho, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What brings you to call in here?
I'm very curious. I have a question for Jeffrey Song, actually.
Okay.
So Jeffrey, now I know you're a huge K-pop fan, but I was just wondering, why can't you get out of silver?
Jeffrey, do you have a response?
How is the first part of that question? Wait a second. But that's not true. I would have gotten silver if I didn't get banned on my old account, which was Dunking Boy, and I don't exactly spam the game playing 100 games.
So you got banned?
Excuse me, Jeffrey, how did you get
banned? Yeah, how did you get banned?
I only have 30 games logged on this season, so and I have 20 games logged on last season, so I really think you should ban this caller and not let him call in again. Let's focus back to the game.
Okay.
We're seeing a little bit of avoidance on Jeffrey's.
Looks like Jeffrey is trying to dodge the question a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be an effective strategy.
Basically just hanging up on all of the callers that we've been receiving today, asking for some genuine input.
The red team starts to start the dragon.
Looks like Ray's gonna start up the second dragon. Look at Lee Sin just trapped in that box. All it's gonna pop by the Hecarim. Fleece 3 gonna knock the Yasuo back. He's gonna get stunned by the Renekton. 3-man ulti though onto the Malphite. Looks like Ito is gonna be taken down on the Veigar, and it looks like the Yuumi is soon to follow. This is a very, very back and forth fight. Ray picks up a double kill. It's gonna be a triple. Gets another kill into the Akali. End of the day, it looks like it was a 3-for-2, as it looks like the Hecarim's gonna look for more plays onto this Malphite. Yeah, as
expected, how much Renekton dominated the mid lane, Akali is going to be doing virtually no damage, and as she did in that fight. And they will secure another Drake, the red side. And this is not looking very good for the blue side. First turret and 2 Drakes.
Yeah, this Renekton is super strong. Gino, in the mid lane, if you're playing against a Renekton mid, what would you pick up, likely?
Akali did initially play the lane fairly respectful to Renekton. He is one of those champions that you just have to give up a lot of resources to, but you know,
Oh, and
against
the
champions
recent
like that, they can
something happened in the
exploit
top
every
lane.
single misstep that you make. And this Renekton has just been so good at doing that, getting that first kill against Akali and then just snowballing it across the map. And right now, there's little Akali can really do here but try to catch up in CS, try and counter Renekton's plays by going for Akali's sort of mid-game power ramping.
Oh, we see a knock up on the bot lane. Let's see if round 2 in this bot lane is going to work out any
Amazing.
better.
Okay, so
But
now
it's
it's
not. Yasuo gets completely
now I
one-shot
get
by the
stuck
Veigar.
outside the box. That box is such a huge control tool. It's so hard to walk around it and initiate in a fight, especially since Malphite didn't have ulti. That Yasuo just went in there blindsided and was surprised by how much damage Veigar does. As Lee Sin engages with Hecarim.
Yeah, a bit of a play in the top lane. Lee Sin is probably just gonna fall here. All popped by
Amazing
Caleb to
ward
secure
buff,
it.
It doesn't matter.
Not sure about that Lee Sin play up there, but
I mean, yeah. Going back to this Veigar box, even though the ultimates on the side of TP can get through the box, if you don't, if Eater just saves them, it looks like he can just zone them off from continuing the damage. As I don't think both ults combined will be enough to kill the Veigar here. Rift Herald is getting picked up by Ray. Have over a 5,000 gold lead.
And also, what's interesting is on the red team that we can see that they pick up 3 Tabies, showing once again how insignificant this Akali is this game.
Could also be because they have 3 other AD champions that effectively
No,
rely on auto
it's
attacks.
Akali was bad in lane.
Akali is the only source of AP damage on the team, besides the Malphite, who's building tank. So maybe she can exploit that itemization advantage and try and catch up a bit.
Yeah, the late games for both these teams aren't necessarily super strong. Other than the Veigar on the side of Ray and the Yasuo on the side of TP, none of these other champions really scale super well into the late game. It's gonna come down to like who can basically team fight better and who has a better combination of ultimates in the right ways to effectively win the game.
And honestly, I don't think Veigar even really outscales this Yasuo ADC by that much, because come late game, when you're in those 5v5s, when you have all 5 of those TP members trying to dive you, there's
Yeah, it's gonna be
not
hard.
a whole lot you can do against that.
If this Veigar is targeted early on in the fight, there's gonna be very little that he can do.
Yeah, and what's interesting is Garen went for a more attack route instead of a tanky route, like
So, I guess-
warm up, Deadman's.
I guess
So he's really trying to go for a kill here, but I'm not sure exactly on who.
there were some criticisms on Yuji for building full tank previously on Garen. Definitely, it happened in our game against him. Built full tank on Garen.
What's he building that Stinger into?
But he's building. It looks like he's gonna go Cleaver Triforce, which is a build that is used commonly. But honestly, I don't know if how useful it's going to be, especially considering how late into the game he's going to be finishing this Triforce, if ever.
Seems like a pretty questionable itemization to me, but
Looks like we might see a gank on the mid lane here. E's gonna land onto the Akali. Does have the Shroud to keep him alive for a little bit. We're gonna pop the flash too, but here comes the ult from the Hecarim. Sion is gonna finish off the kill. That's another kill for Rays of Sunshine. They are now 7,000 gold ahead.
That's the danger of pushing Akali and Akali pushing on. The only tool she has to escape is her Shroud, and without that, she's pretty much useless. Like her ulti can only ulti on enemy targets, and she'll be pretty much useless, impossible to escape after her Shroud wears off.
Ult pop by the Yumi here. Flash ult out of Armon here on the Sion. Gonna get 2 of these members of TP stunned up. Lee Sin is already dead, and here comes the Hecarim. Looks like the Yasuo is going to fall as well. That's another 2 kills for Rays of Sunshine. They're just making it look easier at this point.
I keep on lagging out, and I go behind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Andrew, Jeffrey, thoughts on the game so far? Is it looking like just another GG go next game?
Yeah, it's going 20 at the 23 at the around as we approach the 23-minute mark. I am sensing a bit of doom on the side of TP. Ray is just so far ahead right now. 9,000 gold lead. They have a 602 Renekton, 1,000 gold bounty. I mean, even though you have the Yasuo to dive, even though you have this full dive comp, I mean, if you lose the 5v5, what's the point of even trying to go in?
I think this is another jungle difference game. Like, the Lee Sin did not make any plays happen early, and that's the main thing about playing a Lee Sin. You try to make plays happen early, whether it's tower timing them with your ulti, or why is my computer lagging again? Or getting Q'd.
Oh, we're gonna see the Veigar getting dove by this Malphite Yasuo combo. He's not gonna fall this just yet. Actually kills the Malphite, and it looks like it's just gonna be a wipe for Rays of Sunshine. There goes one. Veigar is eventually killed by the Yasuo. I might have spoken too soon. Garen gets a kill onto the Yuumi, but there goes Akali. He's also gonna go down. It's a 4 for 2. Bot lane goes down, but at cost of 4 of the members of TP.
Yeah, this GG. It will be very hard for the blue team to come back from this.
They're eyeing, looks like the mid inhibitor turret.
We got the demolish here. Gonna do a lot of damage with that. Bringing the turret already down to half health. Yuji's gonna try to contest this, but I don't know if he can. He's just the only man alive, and he's gonna run back into the team and just feed a kill over. Yeah, I think if you're Yuji there, I think trying to go in 1v4 as is Garen is not necessarily the best course of action. And that is another inhibitor picked up for the side of Rays of Sunshine. Now over 10,000 gold on their side, 24 minutes into the game.
Honestly, they can start Baron right now. They have such a big advantage on the blue team. It'll be impossible for Lee Sin to even get close, and even if he does, he'll be melted.
Really, there's just so little this blue side can do against the impressive vision control that Rays of Sunshine have been setting up in their own jungle.
What we said before the game was the combo between Malphite and Yasuo, but the problem with this is that Sion, Hecarim, and Renekton are all so tanky. The only person you can all do that combo on is Veigar, and even after that, Hecarim and Renekton, they do so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in that fight, the Veigar and the Yuumi did eventually get killed by that team. But by the time the fight was over, 4 members of TP were dead, and if you account for Yuchi as well, make it 5. Looks like Ray's gonna try to start the Baron here.
Yeah, this next fight is going to determine the game.
Look at that topside river, just so much vision granted by TP, granted into TP's jungle by Ray. They're just gonna see completely when they come in to try to contest.
The MVP tries to collapse onto this Baron, but
ultimate popped. Root's gonna land onto the Malphite. I don't think he's gonna be able to get an ult. He gets a 3-man ult onto the Garen. I mean, that's the best play you can get. The Yasuo's gonna ult, but they do kill the Hecarim eventually. Yasuo also goes down. Garen, but then that's just. I mean, after that initial play, there's nothing much else that they can do. A triple kill onto Ray, 10-0 and 8 on this Renekton. That's an ace. I don't even think they need the Baron. They need to go for the end. That is Gabriel.
Gutierrez?
No, Costa. Anyway, looks like Rays of Sunshine are going to push for the Nexus here. Yeah, I think the death timers are long enough, and I think that the rest of Rays is just strong enough that they can just end the game. Tom is gonna look in for some last ditch effort, but it's not gonna matter. That's the game in 27 minutes. Rays of Sunshine take down TP in a dominant performance. Boys, what do you think of that game?
Honestly, I think that both games, jungle difference. The Lee Sin did not do much early game like he was supposed to. He fell way too behind to make any significant contribution in the late game. We can see the Akali being bullied by the Renekton. Renekton constantly pushing in mid lane, but Lee Sin does nothing for the Akali. The Akali does no damage in the late game. She is completely useless. The Lee Sin does no damage, and it's very hard to come back from that just from one combo of Yasuo and Malphite. I actually think Yasuo played that fight very well, and if he had some better teammates, he would have won that game.
Do you know, if you had to pick an MVP for this game, what would it be?
I think it has to be the Renekton mid. He completely smashed that mid matchup, and then he was just able to in such a quick, short amount of time, transition that lead across the map and that was a less than 27-minute game.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty
adding-
convincing victory
Yeah,
on the
very
side
convincing
of
victory for Ray.
Sunshine.
I think we're gonna try to get some people in here.
The game was over when Lee Sin tried to solo kill me.
Hello.
Just killed him.
Sorry.
Yeah, what's up?
Welcome, Ray. Sorry, it looks like you're in the middle of some heated debate with your team.
Yeah.
But
Hey, what's up? Let me turn my camera on.
Yeah, I mean, sure, go for it, man. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. So, if anyone has any questions, you guys can take it away.
Hi.
Jeffrey, do you have a question for our MVP of the game?
Ray, going into your matchup, what were you thinking? What were you thinking exactly to counter this Akali? How were you thinking to win lane? And how were you thinking the lane was going to turn out? Did it turn out like how you exactly wanted it to? Did you think you were going to dominate this Akali to the extent that you did?
So I'm gonna be real with you. Our original plan was for me to play Yasuo, and after it got first picked, we were like, oh, so that's what they're gonna do, and we assumed it was gonna be Yasuo mid. So I just planned on picking Renekton because Renekton Yasuo matchup is just over no matter what you do. And then they switched it up on us and they ran Yasuo ADC, and then they picked Akali, and I was like, oh, I guess that matchup's not too bad for me either. And I know TP isn't a particularly good team in the tournament, so I wasn't really worried about their mid laner or any other team, to be honest. So, it was just over from Champ Select, I think, from draft maybe.
Yeah. What was your did you guys have like a specific game plan going into the game after Champ Select? Do you have and do you think you guys executed it well?
Honestly, I think we could have played the game better. We didn't particularly have any plans into going into the game. We were just thinking we'll just play lanes well, see what happens. We'll have if early game doesn't end up well, we'll just have Vigar scale and we'll hold. I'll have just Renekton holding the mid game so we can somehow scale into late game. But I mean, we just stomped early, mid, and late. It really didn't matter.
I'm a little curious as to the Veigar ADC pick. Could you explain your rationale for that?
Yeah, so we were lacking AP. And our AD is pretty versatile in the things he picks. We've been practicing a lot of unorthodox picks in the bot lane, and he seems to be pretty comfortable on the Vigar. So just running that just to boost our AP. Also, as well as hopefully if we do int the early game, he can somehow carry on to the late game.
Seems like it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out, I guess.
I remember last time we interviewed your team, Ray. There was a lot of talk about your support, Alan, as being a Canadian import. Basically, my question is, how do you think he performed this game, and do you think he still deserves a spot on the roster?
Well, Yumi, bot champion, pretty much hard to see that he exists, but definitely impactful in the game. And I think Alan did play it pretty well. I mean, there were some times where he inted, where he was running around in the jungle by himself warding, and we did flame him for that in our comms, not gonna lie. But yeah, he did pull through. We had some pretty nasty engages with his ult, and we got some good. He was pretty essential in starting a lot of the team fights we picked for.
Well, Ray, your team extends their record to 2-1 on the split. I think you have another game tomorrow against
CKK.
CKK, Juno's team, actually.
Real matchup, I would say, in this week.
You guys are actually going to be playing each other in the mid lane tomorrow.
Yeah,
Juno, Juno or Ray, do you guys have any comments about the matchup?
No comments. I just think it'll be a fun matchup.
Definitely. I know Juno is definitely one of the better mid laners in this tournament. I'm pretty excited to face off against him.
I mean, you did play against Juno's brother, so. I mean.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, yeah, fans, make sure to stay tuned, and make sure to tune in tomorrow, actually, when we see this incredible matchup of Ray versus CKK, as two 2-1 teams will play against each other, as Ray and Juno, currently on the bottom of your screen, will be facing off in the middle lane. But Ray, thank you very much for the interview. We'll see you.